Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to send paid Razorpay invoice details to customer on email and WhatsApp. So I run an online store and I am using Razorpay as my payment gateway to receive new payments. So whenever a customer makes a purchase, I want to send them their invoice details immediately. So now here in this case I want that whenever a new invoice paid is generated in my Razorpay account, then automatically I want to share the invoice details with my customer on their mail and WhatsApp account. So here to build this connection, I need to connect these applications using an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So as I've already mentioned in my introduction that I run an online store and I use Razorpay for payments. So after a customer makes a purchase, it's important to send them their invoice details quickly. So by automatically sending the paid invoice details through email and WhatsApp, I can make sure my customers get a copy of their transaction right away. This not only reassures them that the payment was successful, but also makes it easier for them to keep a record. Plus, by sending the invoice through both email and WhatsApp, I can ensure they receive it through their preferred communication channel. So here in this case, I want that whenever an invoice is paid, then automatically that invoice detail should be shared with the customer on their mail and WhatsApp. So here to automate this entire process, I need to connect my Razorpay account with my Gmail account and WhatsApp by AISNC account so that I can send the email and the WhatsApp message accordingly. So here to build this connection, I'm going to use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software and it connects all your favorite apps and makes them work together seamlessly. You can set it up to do things automatically like updating customer info across platforms or sending notifications when something important happens. It's really easy to use and saves you tons of time that you can spend on more important stuff. Plus, it keeps everything organized and error-free so you can focus on growing your business hassle-free. So this is the homepage of Pabbly Connect and you can visit it by simply browsing for the URL pabbly.com/connect. Here you can see two options that are sign in and sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get free 100 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm clicking on sign in. Now after signing in, here you can see all Pabbly apps window where you can see all the applications of Pabbly. Here to integrate my applications, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. Now this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect and here to build my connection, I need to create a workflow first. So for that here I'm going to click on this create workflow button given on the top right corner. Now here in this create workflow dialog box, I have to give a name to my workflow. So here I'm going to give the name as send Razorpay invoice details to customer on email and WhatsApp. And now I'm going to select my folder as automations. You can select the folder as per your need. Also, you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now here to learn how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect, you have to click on this learn more link given over here. And by clicking on this, it will take you to a forum window where you can see all the instructions to how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect. So now moving back to my Pabbly's dashboard and here to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this create button given over here. Now here in this workflow window, you can see we have successfully created a workflow and here on my screen you can see the two most important principles of an automation process that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means action is a response towards that trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's begin with our automation by simply setting up a trigger. So here in my trigger step, I'm going to select my trigger application as Razorpay. Because here I am using Razorpay as my payment gateway. So Razorpay is a popular online payment gateway in India that makes it easy for businesses to accept payments from customers. Think of it as a bridge between your bank and your customers, allowing them to pay using various methods like credit cards, debit cards, net banking, UPI and more. People use Razorpay because it's user-friendly, secure, and supports a wide range of payment options. Plus, it offers additional features like recurring payments, payment links, and invoicing, making it a versatile solution for businesses of all sizes. Whether you're running an online store or offering services, Razorpay helps you handle payments smoothly and efficiently. So here in my Razorpay trigger step, I'm going to select my trigger event as invoice paid, so that whenever an invoice is paid, then automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. Or you can say that whenever an invoice is paid in my Razorpay, then automatically this entire workflow is going to get triggered. And now here, after selecting my trigger event, you can see I have received a webhook URL. That means here I'm going to use this webhook URL to connect my Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect. So here, following the instructions given below, firstly I'm going to copy this webhook URL. And here I've already logged in my Razorpay account. So this is my Razorpay account, and from here I'm going to click on this account and settings, and here under account and settings you can see website and app settings, and here under website and app settings we have received the option for webhooks. So here I'm going to select it, and here under webhooks I'm going to set a new webhook by clicking on this add new webhook button given over here. And now here under this webhook setup, you can see it is asking me for the webhook URL. So here I'm going to enter the webhook URL that I've received in my Pabbly's workflow. So this is my webhook URL, and then here it is asking me to select the active events. So here in this active events field, I need to select the event for which I'm going to set up this webhook. So here in this active events, I need to select the event similar to the one that I've selected in my trigger event for Pabbly's workflow. So here I'm going to select my active event as invoice paid, so that whenever an invoice is paid in our Razorpay account, then automatically it is going to send the response to this webhook URL. And now here, after selecting the active event, I'm going to click on this create webhook button given over here. And here you can see we have successfully set up our webhook over here. That means we have successfully connected our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect. So now moving back to my Pabbly's workflow, and here you can see as it is waiting for webhook response. That means here to receive a webhook response, we need to do a test submission. And to do a test submission, we need to generate a test invoice in our Razorpay account. So for that, let me take you back to my Razorpay account, and from here I'm going to select invoices option given in the left side bar. And here under invoices, I'm going to create a new invoice by clicking on this create invoice button given over here. And now here, before moving forward with this creation of this invoice, here you can see that my account is in a test mode. That means the payment and the invoice which are going to generate over here are going to be in a test mode. So here I'm going to generate the test invoice. So for that, here in this invoice, I'm going to enter the invoice number as 235. So this is my invoice number. And here for the description or summary, I'm going to enter my product name. That is going to be a t-shirt. So I'm going to generate an invoice for the t-shirt. So here I've entered the product name, scrolling little down, and then here it is asking me to select the billing to. That means here I need to select the customer for whom I'm generating this invoice. So here you can see all the existing customers that I've created for my use till now. So for that, here I'm going to select a random customer. So here I've selected a customer with the name Roger Benz and a random phone number, and the email as demosmart5@pabblytunes.com. So this is our existing customer. So here I've selected it, scrolling little down. Here for the issue date, you can see the issue date has already been selected, and here for the expiry date, I'm not going to select any expiry date, so here I'm going to leave it blank. And then here it is asking me to enter the description. So here under description, it is asking me to select an item. So here for the item, I'm going to select my item which is named as t-shirt over here. So here I'm going to select it, and then here you can see the rate as 100, and here you can see the quantity. So here I can change the quantity. So let's select the quantity as 4 over here. So here you can see the amount is 400 now. So scrolling little down, and then here it is asking me for the customer notes and terms and condition. So these fields are not required fields, so here I'm going to leave them blank. And now I'm going to click on this finalize and issue. And now here I'm going to click on this issue invoice. With this, we have successfully created our invoice over here, and here you can see we have successfully created a new invoice where we have received the invoice ID, created our date and time, amount, receipt number, customer details, and the payment link. So now once we have created this invoice, I'm going to make a payment for this invoice. So for that, here I'm going to copy this payment link given over here, and then I'm going to open it in a new tab. So here you can see the invoice which we have generated, and now here I'm going to make a test payment over here by clicking on this proceed to pay over here. And here you can see that my payment is in a test mode over here, and from here I'm going to select a random payment method such as UPI over here, and here I'm going to enter the UPI ID as success@Razorpay, and then I'm going to click on this verify and pay. And here you can see payment successful. That means here we have successfully made a payment and we have successfully made this invoice paid. So now let's go back to our Pabbly's workflow. And here you can see we have received the successful response. Here you can see the payment entity scrolling little down. And here you can see the order ID, payment method. Here you can see the invoice ID scrolling little down. Here you can see the entity amount. Here you can see the entity status and some other details as well. So here you can see we have received the entity amount as 40,000. That means we have received 2 extra zeros with our actual amount. So what we are going to do is that we are going to modify this amount received over here, because Razorpay sends the 2 extra zeros with the response of our amount over here. So here to get the actual amount, we are going to use a feature by Pabbly, that is number formatter by Pabbly, for getting the actual amount from this entity amount given over here. So for that, let me take you to this action step. And here in this action step, we are going to select a feature by Pabbly, that is number formatter by Pabbly. So people use number formatter by Pabbly because it is used to format the numbers for different conditions such as format number, format phone number, format currency, perform math operation, counter, decimal conversion, minor unit conversion, and spreadsheet formulas. So here we are going to perform a math operation for the amount because we have received 2 extra zeros, and we are going to divide the amount by 100 so that we can get the actual amount. So for that, we are going to select the action event as perform math operation over here, and then we are going to click on this connect given over here. Now here, after clicking on this connect, you can see it is asking me to enter the numbers. So here, instead of entering the numbers manually, here I'm going to map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here I'm going to map the data from the response that I've received in my trigger step. Mapping makes a text dynamic so that whenever we are going to receive a new invoice paid in our Razorpay account, then automatically this previously existing detail will be updated with the new one. So here we are going to map the amount that we have received currently. So this is our entity amount. Here I'm going to select it, and then here it says enter the numbers. Here you can enter the comma separated values to perform the operation. Example 100 comma 200 for 100 plus 200. So here we are going to divide this particular amount from 100. So that's why we are going to add the comma, and then we are going to add the number as 100 over here. And now here, after entering the numbers, here it is asking us to select the operation. So I'm going to select my operation as divide over here, and now here, after selecting my numbers and the operation, I'm going to click on the save and send test request given over here. And here you can see we have received the successful response where we have received the actual number, that is 400, as our actual amount over here. So with this, we have successfully set up this action step as well. Now let's move to another action step, and here in this action step, I want to send a mail to my customer with the invoice details that has been generated. So for that, here in this action step, I'm going to select my action application as Gmail. So Gmail is Google's email service that lets you send and receive emails online. People love it because it's easy to use, has lots of storage space, and keeps spam out of your inbox. It works well on any device and helps you stay organized with features like labels and filters. Whether you are emailing friends, managing work projects, or just staying connected, Gmail makes it simple and reliable. So here in my Gmail action step, I'm going to select my action event as send email V1, so that whenever we are going to generate a new paid invoice in our Razorpay account, then automatically that invoice detail should be shared with our customer on their Gmail account. And now here, to connect my Gmail with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Here, to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your Gmail account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here, to build a new connection, I'm going to click on this connect with Gmail. Here I'm going to select my desired account. And here I'm going to click on this allow and give access to Pabbly as your data is secured with Pabbly. Authorization successful. So here you can see we are now successfully connected. So moving forward, and then here it is asking me to enter the recipient email addresses. So here in this recipient email addresses field, I need to enter the email address to whom I want to send this mail. So for that, here I'm going to search for my customer mail. So this is my customer's mail and here I'm going to map it. So this is my customer's email address. Moving forward, here the CC and BCC field are not required fields, so here I'm going to leave them blank. But if you want to add any CC or BCC, then you can do it as per your need. And then here for the sender name, I'm going to enter my store name, that is ABC Clothing. And now here after entering the sender name, scrolling little down, and then here it is asking me for the email subject. So here I need to enter the email subject which I want to send as a mail with the invoice details to my customer. So here I'm going to enter the email subject as your payment is successful, here's your invoice. So this is my email subject. Moving forward, again this reply to field is not required field, so here I'm going to leave it blank. And here for the email content type, I'm going to select the content type as plain. And then here it is asking me for the email content. So here I need to enter the email content which I want to send as a mail whenever I'm going to receive new paid invoice in my Razorpay account. So for that, here in this email content field, I'm going to enter my email content as Dear customer's name, thank you for your recent purchase from ABC Clothing. We are happy to inform you that your payment has been successfully processed. Here are your invoice details, invoice number, amount paid, invoice ID, and product purchase. If you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to reply to this email. Thank you for choosing ABC Clothing. Best regards, ABC Clothing. So this is my email content, and here you can see I have used variable in the place of this customer's name, invoice number, amount paid, invoice ID, and the order description. So for that, here I'm going to map all these details. So firstly, here I'm going to map the customer's name. So for that, I'm going to search for the customer's name. So this is my customer's name. Here for the invoice number, I'm going to search for the invoice number. So this is my invoice number. Here for the amount paid, I'm going to map the amount which I've received using number formatter by Pabbly. So this is the amount. And here for the invoice ID, I'm going to map the invoice ID that I have received. So this is our invoice ID, so here I'm going to map it. And here for the order description, I'm going to map the product purchase. So for that, I'm going to search for the product. So this is the product purchase, so here I'm going to map it. And now here, after mapping all these details, we have successfully entered our email content. So now moving forward, and again here it is asking me for the file name and the attachment. So here these fields are not required fields, so here I'm going to leave them blank. And now here, after entering all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request given over here. And here you can see we have received a successful response. That means we have successfully sent a mail to our customer. So now let's go and check our customer's mail account. And here you can see the mail that our customer has received with the email subject as your payment is successful. Here's your invoice. Here you can see the sender name as ABC Clothing and the mail body as Dear Roger Benz. Thank you for your recent purchase from ABC Clothing. We are happy to inform you that your payment has been successfully processed. Here are your invoice details, invoice number, amount paid, invoice ID, and the product purchased. If you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to reply to this email. Thank you for choosing ABC Clothing. Best regards, ABC Clothing. So this is the mail, and with this we have successfully set up this action step as well. Now let's move to another action step by clicking on this add action step button given over here. And here in this action step, I want to send a WhatsApp message with the invoice details to my customer on his or her WhatsApp number. So for that, here in this action step, I'm going to select my action application as WhatsApp by AI Sensei. So WhatsApp by AI Sensei is a tool that enhances WhatsApp messaging for businesses by adding features like automated replies, bulk messaging, and customer support. People use it to manage customer interactions more efficiently, send personalized messages, and automate common tasks on WhatsApp. It's popular because it helps businesses stay connected with their customers on a platform they already use, making communication smoother and more effective. So here in my WhatsApp by AI Sensei action step, I'm going to select my action event as send template message, so that after sending a mail to our customer with the invoice details, automatically a WhatsApp message should be sent to that customer with the invoice details using a template message. And now here to connect my WhatsApp by AI Sensei with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Again, here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your WhatsApp by SNC account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here to build a new connection, it is asking me to enter the API key. So here, following the instructions given below, here I've already logged in my WhatsApp by SNC account. And here in my SNC account, I'm going to click on this manage option given in the left side bar. And here under manage, you can see we have received the option for API key. So here I'm going to select it. And here under API key, you can see we have successfully received the API key over here. So here I'm going to copy it. But if you wish to regenerate the API key, then you can simply click on this regenerate key option given over here. So now here, after copying the API key, moving back to my Pabbly's workflow, and here I'm going to enter the API key. Now here, after entering the API key, I'm going to click on the save given over here. And here you can see we are now successfully connected. So moving forward, and then here it is asking me to enter the campaign name. So here in the instruction it says enter the name of the campaign that has to be sent to the user. It is to be noted that the status of the campaign should be live. That means here, to get this campaign name, we need to launch the campaign with the message template that we are going to use to send it to the user. So for that, let me take you back to my SNC account, and from here I'm going to click on this campaigns option given over here, and here under campaigns I'm going to launch a new campaign by clicking on this launch button given in the top right corner. Now here I'm going to select my type of campaign, that is API campaign, and here under API campaign it is asking me to give the name to my campaign. So here I'm going to give the name as invoice paid, and then here for the template I'm going to select the template which I've already created with the name paid invoice. So I'm going to select it. So this is my template, and here you can see the template which I have created, which says, hi, thank you for your purchase from ABC Clothing. Your payment of rupees has been successfully processed. Here are your invoice details, invoice number, order description. If you need any help, feel free to reach out. Thanks again for choosing ABC Clothing. Best regards, ABC Clothing. So here you can see I have used some variables in my template for the name, amount, invoice number, and order description. So here I've used variables because I want whenever I'm going to receive a new paid invoice in my Razorpay account, then automatically this previously existing detail should be updated with the new one. Variables makes your text dynamic, and you can use multiple variables in your draft. So this is my template, and now I'm going to launch this campaign by clicking on this set live button given over here, and here you can see it says campaign has been successfully created. So now let's move to our campaign, and here you can see the status of our campaign that is live over here, and this is our campaign name. So here I'm going to copy it. Moving back to my Pabbly's workflow, and here I'm going to enter the campaign name. Now here, after entering the campaign name, here it is asking me for the mobile number. So here I'm going to map my customer's phone number. So here I'm going to search for my customer's phone number. So this is my customer's phone number. So here I'm going to map it. Moving forward, here for the username, I'm going to map my customer name. So for that, I'm going to search for the name. So this is my customer's name. Moving forward, here the source and tags are not a required field, so here I'm going to leave them blank. And then here it is asking me for the template parameter. So in this template parameter field, I need to enter the values of the variables that I've used in my template. So here in the help text, it says enter the parameter values to be filled in template message. Here the parameter value should be comma separated. That means here we need to enter the values for our variables by using commas as per the variables inserted in our template. So I have used 4 variables where I'm going to map the 4 values. So first variable that I have used in my template is for name. So for that, here I'm going to map the name. So this is my customer name. Then I'm going to enter the comma. And then the second variable that I have used in my template is for the amount. So here I'm going to map the amount. So this is the amount. And then the third variable that I've used in my template is for the invoice number. So here I'm going to search for the invoice number. So this is the invoice number. So here I'm going to map it. And then again here I'm going to enter the comma. And now here I've used the last variable for the product purchase. So for that I'm going to search for my product. So this is the product. So here I'm going to map it. And with this we have successfully entered all the values for our template parameter. So now moving forward. And then here it is asking me for the attributes, URL and the file name. So again these fields are not required fields. So here I'm going to leave them blank. But if you want to add any other detail, then you can do it as per your need. And now here after entering all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request given over here. But here before clicking on the save and send test request, I'm going to replace this dummy user number with my original number so that I can receive a WhatsApp message over here. So here I've successfully entered my own WhatsApp number. So moving forward, and now I'm going to click on the save and send test request given over here. And here you can see we have received the success as true, and here you can see the submitted message ID. That means we have successfully sent a WhatsApp message to my phone number. So now let's go and check it. And here you can see the message that I have received on my phone number, which says, "Hi Rogabins, thank you for your purchase from ABC Clothing. Your payment of rupees 400 has been successfully processed. Here are your invoice details. Invoice number as 235. Here you can see the order description as t-shirt. And if you need any help, feel free to reach out. Thanks again for choosing ABC Clothing. Best regards, ABC Clothing." So this is the message that we have sent to our customer using a template message. And with this, we have successfully set up an entire automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here we have taken our trigger as Razorpay and our action as number formatter by Pabbly, Gmail and WhatsApp by AI Sensi. So that whenever we are going to receive a new paid invoice in our Razorpay account, then automatically the amount received is going to be modified using number formatter by Pabbly, and after that automatically a mail and a WhatsApp message is going to send to our customer with the invoice details for confirming the customer for the successful payment received. Now if you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clue link in the description box below. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, you can integrate many other applications with Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can contact us on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can contact us on www.pabbly.com. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends.